No prep. Let's go.
Where are you going?
Okay. Sure. Whatever. Hello, friends, comrades, lesbians. Welcome to Spring Fruit Reviews again. Spring is almost over, though you couldn't tell it from the weather here. And it's time for the plum episode. And because of an offhand comment that I made during, Winter Fruit Reviews 3 Persimmon Facts, the plum episode needs to be the one where I psychoanalyze myself and determine what is wrong with me. So, please join me for Spring Fruit Reviews Episode 8, Plums, and What's Wrong with Audrey. So, let's get started. Here we have fresh plums, dried salted plums, and Audrey. Now, how do we get started? Yesterday, I graduated from university with a master's in computer science, and I was miserable most of the time. It was a problem. I have a lot of problems. Notably, like, the idea that I could ever succeed at anything or be good at anything is like a bar that's always being perpetually raised in my head to the idea that whatever you do is not possibly good enough. Like the idea that I need to constantly be better or the best is extremely prevalent in my life and is really, really not good for me. And the more I think about it and the more I've been told about it, it's absolutely like an element of white supremacist culture. The notion that good has to be judged in this way. And the notion that good has to be an element that's measured in this way. Yeah. And I don't know, I guess Fruit Reviews has been somewhat helpful for that, in that, like, this is just something that I'm doing for fun, and it's good. Let's see what the plum's about. Plums are this really, really good plum color, and they're just the sweetest and one of the most beautiful spring-summer fruits out there. We're finally in the thick of plum season, and I'm so excited, because you take this plum with a really, really beautifully subtle skin, very firm but also very soft, more soft than firm, smooth, and then you bite it. And it's just this astounding rose flesh color. And the skin has almost an herbaceous quality, a minty quality. And there's so much juice in a plum. There's so much juice in a plum. And because I am a very compulsively clean person and can't handle messes or stray fluids very much, which is a problem. I have been eating this with a very, very tight seal to my slurp. Which is an interesting skill. And a good one if you want to eat plums in a clean way. That attitude sort of infects a lot of aspects of my life. It's probably a byproduct of, the way I said it probably sounds a little like an OCD problem, but I think it's more of a problem of my ADHD, which is, it certainly impacts, yes, it absolutely impacts the degree to which I can live my life in a way that's enjoyable to myself. it absolutely makes it so that I can't finish projects that I start, and so that when I do be able to find projects that I like, they consume my entire life to the point of being unhealthy and having a bad relationship with my work in other ways. I am definitely attached to my work in unhealthy ways. It's been getting better lately, now that I don't have a dedicated workplace and I'm working from home and or from coffee shops. That I can like, well, I don't know, it's possible for that sort of relationship to get you to a place where where there's no separation between work and life and you're constantly doing things. But I don't think it's been like that for me. I think it's been more like the transition is fluid, more in the direction of work to life. So in that, I am perhaps not getting enough work done. I don't know how to evaluate that. Well, I'll deal with that later, not on camera. And like the compulsion to keep things like precise and clean. I guess it also impacts like my sex life and my ability to enjoy things. I've been figuring out lately I'm probably more than a little bit asexual. It's been complicated. I'm actually not looking forward to unpacking that on camera. I'm not sure why I brought that up. The pit of a plum is very small, much smaller than other stone fruits. Like, if you found a peach or nectarine that were this large, the pit would be much larger. And it's not very porous. It's not a problem to deal with, but it's only a problem in that when you're cutting open a plum, you can't peel the plum off of the pit. It will just make a mess. That is a problem with plums. But oh no, you have to eat this fruit off of its body. Terrible. I don't know what the deal with these dried plums is. I have been subtly warned that there are some problems with the institution of dried plums. Salted dried plums. So, I'm going to eat this and tell you what I think in the rawest, most unfiltered terms. Get ready. Oh my god, it's so fucking salty. It's hard, I can't chew it. What the fuck? Ah. It tastes like a nut. Does it have a pit in it? Oh my god, it has a pit in it. Am I not supposed to chew this? What's wrong? What's going on? What the fuck? This is too salty even for me, and I love salt, and I'm on Spyro. What's going on? Well, another problem with me is my sensory processing issues. I am autistic and consequently have some very interesting sensory processing properties that exist in my brain that are largely classified as autistic. And it generally doesn't apply to taste very much, but certainly to touch. I have a lot of issues with swapping mindsets getting into a place where I'm okay with lots of physical touch very quickly, and I can do it, and physical touch can be very enjoyable, but it's absolutely a mindset problem of like actually being ready to deal with being able to deal with sensory input and having that be a good thing instead of just being something that I need to respond to. There's probably a lot to unpack there, but I do not think I am capable of doing that. What the fuck is wrong with this? What's the point of this snack? I get the feeling you're supposed to eat these just by sucking on them. I'm not going to do that. It's too much fucking salt. Fine. For art. This isn't a plum, this is a mistake. Nope, not going to make a self-deprecating joke about I am not a girl, I am a mistake. I'm not going to make that joke, because I am not a mistake. I am free from larger purpose and choosing to accept that in a way that is productive and beautiful. And lets me find joy. I'd prefer the not salted plums though. This one's even better. Well, I'm Audrey, and you know a lot more about me and about my feelings about the beautiful, noble fruit known as the plum than you did a while ago. Please carry yourself forward with grace, self-respect, self-care, and fruit. Thank you, and have a great rest of your spring. Can I get that on camera, please? What did you just say?
It's reminiscent of eating Play-Doh as a child. And then you responded like, that's it.
The dried plums are reminiscent of eating Play-Doh as a child.
I'm not mad at them.
I don't understand. Whatever.